To talk about the Federal Trade Commission settlement with H&R Block. This was a $7 million settlement that's going to have to be paid back to consumers who are impacted by the situation. Some of these issues have been occurring over the past few years with some of the larger tax organizations. Most recently, H&R Block has been in the news for deceptive marketing practices. I'm sure we've all seen the ads on TV, whether it be on Sunday Night Football, Super Bowl, or just other various times through watching TV, or just clicking around on the internet. You see a lot of these companies advertise free filing. So H&R Block has advertised free filing, free. People go on to file their taxes on their own and are baited with a free filing offer, only to enter in all their information and not really receive any specific information as far as what is included in that free filing and what's not, just simply going on H&R Block through the marketing and advertising that they have seen on TV. They get into the return, they start preparing it, and they realize, well, I got to upgrade, and now this return is no longer free, and I have to pay money. Now, that may have been an error on the customer's end, whereas they might have clicked and said, hey, I want to have itemized deductions, where they truly don't have itemized deductions, as that is not that's not the best way to go, as their itemized deductions do not exceed your standard deductions. So they might have upgraded inadvertently because of that. They might have selected something else, like saying I have a form when I really didn't truly have the form. Just again, consumers not being well versed within a tax situation, or just simply answering the question wrong. It happens and people make mistakes. But what has happened is that H&R Block will not allow downgrades. You would have to call in and go through a convoluted system in order to get a downgrade. So a downgrade would basically mean they have different tiers of products, depending upon what your tax forms are, depending upon what you have for your tax returns, and you wouldn't be able to downgrade. So when you finally called and you got somebody on the phone, they would actually end up downgrading your return. However, they would say your return would have to get deleted. So pretty much delete, start over, enter the information in again, answer all the questions again, and again, just get even more frustrated. And, again, with this deceptive marketing practices. In addition, they must disclose the free file, in the ads. They must state how many people within the ads are eligible for free file. They must do that as soon as possible. By 2026 tax year, they have to eliminate that delete and start over, or if you downgrade, they cannot delete your data. So basically whatever you had put in at the point of upgrade and you need to go in and downgrade, your data has to be in that same point. They also have to make it easier to downgrade the software, and that has to be done by 2/15/2025. So my suggestion is if you're using H&R Block, if you have used it in the past years, wait till at least 2/15/2025 to prepare your return. Unless you have a simple return and you're confident in it and you've used it multiple years, then go on ahead and file it now. But by 2/15/2025, they have to provide an easier way in order to downgrade to your tax return. So a lot of the misconceptions comes out here is that the IRS does offer a free file system, that they partner with organizations. H&R Block is not on that list on the IRS's .gov website. There are 8 currently on the list. Again, you can go on to the irs.gov and search for 8 trusted partners for the free file system. Basically what this system is if you fall below a certain income threshold, so adjusted gross income, and that threshold is $48,000 or $84,000 if you're active duty. For majority of them, a couple of them are outliers where they have slightly different income thresholds. You are able to file for free, and that is including of your state. So again, that is an option, and that is directly with the irs.gov. It is a program that they offer. So that's also an option, as well as the IRS has direct file for free as well. Or you can always contact a local CPA or enrolled agent. As I always say, that they typically provide the pricing up front. At least they should. You should find somebody that provides you pricing up front, and you don't have to dig and kind of scroll through everything to try to figure out how much is it going to cost me to do the return. So I'm expecting in the up and coming months, weeks, probably going to be more likely months, anybody who's impacted by this FTC settlement with H&R Block, they will be reaching out to you to see if you were impacted and where they can get a portion of that payment to. I'm sure it won't amount to much, but again, this is just new news. So just wanted to keep it on everybody's radar. And again, just kind of caution everybody when you do see these free file offers and you do see these free things, not only from the bigger companies, but also from other local organizations that may also be advertising it. You just want to make sure that you vet it out, because chances are, if it's saying it's free, some of the big organizations are actually 100% legit, and you can free file. You just have to make sure that you read all the fine print that's posted on the website. Again, FTC is cracking down on this, not saying that any of them offer a bad service. You just have to kind of take your time, review it, look at the fine print, see who qualifies, make sure your forms actually do qualify, and then try to understand if you end up not qualifying, why you didn't end up qualifying. So kind of just, everything's posted on their website. You do have to dig a little bit. But again, hopefully this FTC settlement is going to make everything more clear for everybody else, and then we won't run into this issue again in the future. Or you can always hire and pay, like I said, somebody local that can prepare your taxes for you, and then you don't have to deal with the stress, you don't have to deal with the time, drop your information off, they'll go through it. But again, it can be a little bit more costly. So again, hopefully everybody found this video helpful. I just thought it was, something that was important to share with this most recent news that came down out of the tax world. But again, like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I hope to see everyone again soon.